Hey guys, what's up? Northern Nintendo here, and I cannot believe how fast E3 came and left. 3 days is just not enough. It was, I wish it could have just gone for a week. I think this was one of the best E3s in recent memory. Today I'll be talking about Nintendo's digital event, of course, you know, their version of the press conference. Lots of stuff came out of that, and of course I had to do no opinions on. This is what we've all been waiting for. And man, I loved what Nintendo did at E3 this year. I'll get into that later. But the digital event is just the first thing that they did that was just so awesome. And I really hope they continue on this path next year. I mean, they don't need to do these press conferences. This digital event was perfect. It was fun. It had me laughing. It got all this news. It was better. They don't need to do a press conference anymore. So Nintendo teamed up with the guys at Robot Chicken, and this made this super cool, you know, Reggie hosting this kind of show and with the E3 press. I mean, I think you guys have watched it, right? It was fantastic, really funny stuff. They directly addressed Mother 3, and it stinged, man, it stinged. Reggie threw a fireball right at the guy's face. Oh, man. I'm never gonna forget that, Reggie. Never. And then they cut into this awesome fight scene between Reggie and Iwata. It was so funny and fun. I mean, I couldn't believe that Iwata was really up to doing this sort of thing on a green screen. Maybe they used a stunt double, but he was flying all over the place and punching. I mean, that guy, I mean, he didn't come to E3 for health reasons. Maybe he got injured while doing that video. I don't know. What was that all for? To introduce Mii fighters in Smash Brothers. Now, this has been a big rumor for a long time. I mean, everybody's been asking for Reggie to be in the game. And having Mii's would be an easy way to do that, and that's how they introduced it, with Reggie and Iwata fighting as the Mii's. So there's 3 different Mii's: the Sword Fighter, the Brawler, or I think that's what his name is, like the Gun Shooter. And actually, I was looking at it last night, they kind of all look like Cloud, Tifa, and Barret from Final Fantasy VII. So that's pretty cool. I was worried that if they did the Mii's, it'd just be all their old, you know, whatever your favorite color was, you know how they always look. But they almost don't look like Mii's. I think Sakurai even said that himself. Like, they're different and they have a lot of more personality. They look like they're going to be a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to finally play as Reggie. I'm going to play as Arya Stark from Game of Thrones. Of course, myself. Hell, I can even do Shrek if I want to. It looked like awesome fighters, and the way they introduced it was perfect. But that's not all they introduced in that video. So Reggie knocks Iwata out of the stage. And they're kind of like trash talking each other, and then Iwata pulls out a little Mario figure, puts it on the gamepad. Boom! And it comes out, Mario's with Iwata on the screen. He does this huge kind of Final Smash sort of move. I don't think that was the Final Smash though. Knocks Reggie out. Amiibo. Amiibo is what we've been waiting for. The NFC, Nintendo's answer to Skylanders and Disney Infinity. Holy crap, these look so awesome, and I'm going to be broke because of them. So Amiibo is going to be working with throughout different games, and they're just focused on Smash Brothers at E3. So for Smash Brothers, you train this computer player that you buy at Target or wherever you want to get it at GameStop, and you train it, and like as you use it in battle, gradually it gets better, and it can go up to like level 50, I believe. Like, so difficulty-wise, Smash Brothers goes up to like level 9, brutal, or whatever they say. But this is level 50, that's insane. It's a cool idea, but it's not a big enough hook. They have to go farther and farther, and I know they're going to do that. These are going to work across multiple games, so I expect them to do different things for different games to have a bigger impact. Hopefully they are their own dedicated game like Skylanders. The figures themselves are so detailed and pretty. Oh man, they put a lot of work into it, and of course that means what's the price going to be. It's probably around 15 bucks. I'd say for me, the perfect price would probably be like 12 bucks. I think that's a good deal. And they also said they're going to work with Mario Kart 8, so we don't know what that's going to be, but I can't even think of how would they do that. I don't know. Some new DLC sort of stuff. Diddy Kong, give me Diddy Kong. And then we finally got another look at Yarn Yoshi. Nope, it's not dead, but it's resurrected as Yoshi's Woolly World. It's from the people who made Kirby's Epic Yarn. Of course, it's obvious, you can see it right away. But it just looks super, super, super pretty. Yoshi games are not my sort of thing. I was huge on Yoshi's Island back as a kid, but for me, they're a little bit too easy. I don't know if I'm going to actually be getting this game, but I admire it. And I've loved what the one guy, I'm blanking on his name, what he said. He's just like, we wanted to make a game that makes you smile just by owning it. That's a really cool idea, and this kind of summarizes Nintendo's sort of mission by themselves. And then they went into Captain Toad Treasure Hunter. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, cool. DLC for Super Mario 3D World. It's an expansion thing for more Captain Toad levels. Of course, the Captain Toad levels, they were like kind of puzzles where Toad can't jump, and you have to get across these little obstacle courses to find the big star at the end. Kind of, I mean, you see it, you know what I'm talking about. It's cool. I admire what they're actually going further than that, but to be honest, I don't think I'm gonna play it. And then they got into the main event. Maybe you've seen my live reactions I posted earlier this week. Zelda Wii U. Anuma came on. He was talking about what their vision is for the new Zelda. How they want it to be an huge open world. You decide where you want to go. Like, deciding where you want to go next is a puzzle. Then he snapped his fingers, and just like imagine it behind me. Then the Hyrule we're going to be exploring, and just comes behind him. And you see Link on Epona, or actually, it did look like Epona later. It was like a black horse, but it's so detailed. This is what we want. This is, just seeing my reaction kind of sums up how I felt. It's almost, kind of hard to put into words. What they're doing here is what I've been wanting for such a long time, and the Wii U is finally the tool they have that they can finally accomplish it. It is beautiful. There's like a cottage off in the distance, like goats around, and it was just so beautiful. And then Anuma left, and they let the trailer roll. And what else can I say than, holy shit. This huge monster, like tentacle, it kind of reminded me of like the Omni droid from The Incredibles. Chases Link, starts shooting out lasers, fire goes on that previously peaceful Hyrule field, and Link is running with the opponent. He goes to this bridge. It reminded me of the Elden Forest or whatever from Twilight Princess. And he goes into a bridge, and the creature like cuts off with his laser, cuts off part of the bridge, just goes flying. And Link has this like cloak on, and he takes it off, and you see his back, and then he jumps up, and I'm just like, well, you can watch my reaction. I was freaking out. He takes it out, and I was like, okay, he's going to pull out his sword. No, he pulls out a bow, and he pulls out the bow, and it goes kind of like, it's like some technology. It's some sort of sci-fi thing. It kind of like, boom, pops up, and he does it, and we see Link's face, and it looks like a Pixar movie. It looks, now that I think about it, it kind of looks like How to Meet Your Dragon. It looked amazing, and it cut 2015. I never expected this game to come out this year. They could take as much time as they want. Well, I'm hoping it comes next year, of course. And that's supposed to be all in-game footage. That's supposed to be gameplay, with different camera angles, of course. Holy crap. It's such an exciting time to be a Nintendo fan right now, just because of that by itself. I could go on for hours talking about that game, and I plan on doing more about that on my channel later. For time's sake, I'm gonna go on. Then they moved on to Bayonetta 2. We got a new trailer. It looked really, really great. It's coming out this fall, and they answered what everybody's been asking them to do. They're putting the first Bayonetta. I don't know exactly how they're doing it. It might be like included, like its own disc or a downloadable thing. Whatever. Bayonetta 1 is coming to Wii U, and there's gonna be like exclusive costumes. Bayonetta's wearing a Samus or a Zelda costume. It was so exciting. It's got me pumped for the game. Really an awesome mood. Cannot wait to play Bayonetta 2. And then they went to Hyrule Warriors, another game I'm really looking forward to. So the biggest news was seeing Zelda in action. You can play as Zelda, you can play as Impa, and most exciting for me, you can play as Midna. That Midna news just got me so excited. Midna is amazing, and there's more characters too. There's in different later gameplay that they were showing on the floor. There's additional slots open, and that just gives so much speculation. Who are these characters going to be? They got Ganondorf. I want them to put Groose in there. I want them to put Skull Kid. Now I know some people are kind of skeptical on this one because of all the repetitive. You're all combat. You're fighting tons of enemies. I've never played a Dynasty Warriors game before, so this is all gonna be new, and I'm just excited. It looks fantastic, and I cannot wait to finally have it in my hands. September 29th, or 28th. I think it's 29th. September 29th. We get it then, and I'm there. Pre-ordering it day one. Everything. It's mine. I cannot wait to have that game in my hands. And then they announced a new Kirby game, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I don't know if it's going to be a direct sequel to Canvas Curse, but it's obviously a Canvas Curse sequel. You aren't directly controlling Kirby. You're on the gamepad. You are using the stylus to, kind of guide him around in this little ball shape. And it's all like claymation, kind of like the robot chicken they were showing. It looks like it's all claymation. It looks fantastic. I'm really glad they're doing so many different takes on Kirby with art style. We've got Epic Yarn and then all these different forms, and it's really cool. I don't know if I'm going to get the game. I'm not a big Kirby guy myself, but it's really exciting how it looks. Moving on, we got to see X. Now it has its official title, Xenoblade Chronicles X. Holy crap, it looks so much fun. I mean, it looks really complex, but the whole world is gorgeous. Fighting these huge robot things. I've never played Xenoblade Chronicles. I didn't get around to playing that one, but I'm excited for this one. And I think that said 2015 as well. I don't have too much to say about it. I don't know much about that series. But I'm excited by it and I think it looks really cool. And then we got Mario Maker, which kind of got leaked earlier a couple of weeks ago. There were some pictures, we didn't know if they were real or not. Turns out, yes, it was real. You get to make your own Mario stages. It has a whole Mario Paint feel. You even have to go swap flies when you're trying to edit levels. It's the 8-bit style and the new Super Mario Bros. U style. It's just kind of self-explanatory. Mario Maker, that's great. I really hope they don't expect me to pay $60 for that though, unless they put a lot of different more features in. I'm not gonna pay $60 for that. But it's a 2015 game, surprisingly, so they have more time to put in whatever they need. And then one of the final things we got is Nintendo's new IP, Splatoon. Their answer to the shooter genre, pretty much. It's a shooter with a Nintendo twist. You aren't shooting bullets. No, this is Nintendo. You're shooting different, just colored squids in a little battlefield, like 8 players, 4-on-4, trying to cover a battlefield with your color paint of your team. It's kind of hard to describe. Just seeing it is what kind of really did it for me. I'm really excited by it. 2015, it looks like a lot of fun. I'm glad to see a new IP. And then aside from Zelda, this is probably the next best thing. So they ended it, but you know they were gonna reveal another Smash character. You know they were. It was my girl, Lady Palutena. There's been lots of speculation about that. There was like a supposedly leaked photo a while back of Palutena on the 3DS version. It kind of made sense since Sakurai is the one who brought Kid Icarus up back into the mainstream with Brawl and then Kid Icarus Uprising. And Kid Icarus Uprising is where you really got to see Palutena. They were just, her and Pit were talking back and forth throughout that whole entire game. I love Palutena so much. I've gone as far. She is my second favorite Nintendo character, right behind Donkey Kong. She's in Smash Brothers. The way they opened it up was like this whole, I'm not an anime fan, but it was like this anime of Link and Pit fighting, and then Palutena intervenes and she's like, oh, I'm here for some divine intervention. And and then when the gameplay, and she has all this cool moves and she's talking throughout it just like in the game. I don't think she'll do that in the actual game. I hope she doesn't like saying, it's like yelling her moves out. That'd be kind of weird. I'm so excited to play as Palutena, and I cannot wait to get a Palutena amiibo, have that hanging up on my shelf over there. That's going to be great. I can't even really express how excited I am about Palutena. Then, you thought it was over? No, Miyamoto was just kind of talking about some of the games he was working on. And turns out, it's confirmed, he's working on new Star Fox. We didn't get to see any gameplay. You kind of saw blurred gameplay of him playing it at his desk. They're working on new Star Fox. That's great. So overall, I love the digital event. It was fantastic. A little disappointed that a lot of the games they showed were 2015. It seems like they're solely depending on 2014 for Smash Brothers and Hyrule Warriors, of course, but it's Smash Brothers is going to be the system seller. I am disappointed about no Metroid, though. I know we got Star Fox, but I'm a hardcore Metroid fan. I'd be lying if I didn't say that I'm disappointed that we didn't get to see Metroid. I got to see Zelda U. That's really all I care about. And I'm not going to go into it now. There's a lot other news that they announced out of the event. Fantasy Life is coming from level 5. That's coming to the West this year, like in October. Mario Party 10. And most importantly, I'm considering giving him his own video. Pac-Man is in Smash Brothers. I'm not going to go into that now. I just want this video to be solely about my opinions on the Nintendo Digital event. It was just Nintendo being fun. And that's what we need to see. They need to keep on doing this. It's a lot more fun than a press conference. Sitting here, it was just kind of like an hour-long TV special of a sort. Kind of going behind the scenes of what Nintendo's working on. And that's kind of what E3 is all about, seeing what games people are working on. What did you think of the Nintendo Digital event? Did you love it as much as I did? What were your favorite games that were announced? What were you hoping that were announced that didn't get announced? Just let me know in the comments below. If you're new to my channel and like what you saw here, make sure to subscribe to find out when I upload brand new videos. Please make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It takes 2 seconds and it helps me out a ton. Find me on Twitter @KnowTheNerd. And yeah, that's about it. So, until next time, you guys, Take it easy.